Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name's Courtney and today I am thinking about starting a reading blog. My plan today was originally to record my January reading wrap up and then like edit that all day, and then I don't know why, but I was sitting and editing and kind of not liking the video at all, so we'll see what happens there. If it's already up on my channel, then you know that I got over it and I still posted it. But anyway, I have not done a reading vlog in so long. Like, it's been probably a month. We've just been like so busy with traveling. Like I mentioned in my February TBR video, we are currently in Michigan. We are checking into an Airbnb as of tomorrow. We're still in a hotel right now, but I wanted to talk about my current read because I'm obsessed. And it's also one of the first books it is the first book I've bought in. Is that a word? I don't know. This is the first book that I've bought this year. I'm very excited. I obviously could not pass this up. Like, every time I was at Barnes, I was staring at this because, hello, literally stunning. And Sarah A. Parker is the author of When the Moon Hatched, which I read about a year ago, maybe even longer ago, and I loved that book. Gave it 5 stars, or like very close to 5 stars. And I've heard recently, I've been hearing some like mixed things about this one. I know a few people who like absolutely love this book, and then I've heard a few people kind of be disappointed by it. So I tried to just go into it open-minded. It sounded amazing. It's very like gothic vibes, and those gothic vibes are definitely holding up. This is technically a reimagining of Rapunzel, but in like a dark gothic setting. There are parts of this that are a little bit confusing. Like, some of the world building does feel kind of a little bit all over the place, but I don't even care because I don't go into a book like this for the world building. I go into it for the romance, the tension, the angst, which are all very much there, and just a vibe. So I'm having an absolutely fantastic time with this. I just picked it up yesterday and I'm already more than halfway through. I'm on page 266, chapter 27, and I am having to like force myself to slow down and savor this because I love it so much. But this book follows Orlaith. Me and main character names are not friends. This book follows Orlaith, who lives in the like tower spire or whatever of this Castle Noir, and the castle is run by a guy named Rorden, and Rorden happens to be the same guy who rescued her when she was like 2 years old. The very first scene, the prologue, is of him rescuing her, and then we flash forward into the future like 19 years later, and it's her living in the tower, and she's not confined there by him. She feels safe there, and so she like has her own routines that she doesn't stray from. She has a safety line around the castle, like at the perimeter of the forest, and she won't go past her safety line. She won't go outside of her comfort zone because of her past. Her past haunts her. She's got a lot of issues because of this, a lot of mental health issues and physical as well, just things that she deals with on a daily basis to try to get over her past. But she's not really truly living because she won't, again, get out of her comfort zone. And so Rorden sometimes pushes her a little bit to try to get her out of her comfort zone, and she doesn't like that. She fights against it, but she also has this like underlying attraction to him, and she's drawn to him, and I think it frustrates her a little bit. But it creates this really great tension and angst between these two because he, and we don't know why yet, still, even at this point in the book, don't know why he seems to dislike her so much. And I can already tell it's gonna be one of those situations where like he dislikes her, but you know, secretly hates himself because he doesn't actually hate her. That's where I see this going. But she very much has an attraction to him and feels as if it's unrequited. He doesn't really give her a lot of attention, doesn't like even show up for dinner sometimes. And they just have this very like strange bond, but we're finally starting to get like little bits and pieces of their relationship development at over halfway through the book. So I am very excited for this portion right here because we have some exciting events coming up. There's going to be a ball, and I love a romantasy ball setting. So yeah, that is pretty much it for now. I'm loving the vibes. It's very much gothic. The castle's very gothic. This book and her writing is very descriptive, which I do remember from reading When the Moon Hatched. Her writing is just very descriptive. Again, maybe a little bit confusing with like the world building and kind of how it jumps all over the place and just gives you bits and pieces randomly, but it doesn't really like bother me I don't know, I'm just having a great time, and that's all there is to it. But yeah, that's the update for now. I think I'm going to go downstairs to the hotel gym, walk a little bit to get my blood flowing, because I've been sitting and editing and doing stuff for like all day pretty much. And then I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna binge read this because it's Saturday and hubby's at work, and that's what I want to do. So that's what we're gonna do. And also, I don't know how much time I'll have to read tomorrow because we have a breakfast date planned. We're gonna go shopping, which I'm so excited for because I have not actually gone properly shopping in months because of packing up our apartment, not having room, traveling a ton. So I am hoping to get maybe some clothes tomorrow and a few replacement like skincare items. So kind of boring, but also I'm excited for it. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow, and then we will also be packing up the truck, moving over to the Airbnb, that kind of a thing. So it's gonna be a fairly busy day. So I don't know how much reading I'll get in till like tomorrow night probably. So if I don't consult the vlog until later on, that'll be why. I'm back. It is now, I think, a couple of days later. We are in an Airbnb now instead of the hotel we were in, but I did finish To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. I finished this today. Today's Monday. I think I finished this Saturday night or Saturday morning. I can't remember. This I ended up giving 3.75 stars. When I first started it, like within the first, I don't know, 20% or so, I had a feeling like this could be close to a 5 stars just because of how quickly I was devouring it. It was like my obsession. It was so addicting. But then as we got a little bit further, I still really enjoyed it. I was still flying through it because I wanted to know what the heck was going on. But it did start to lose me a little bit just because of, it's kind of confusing. Like, I think I mentioned this in my last clip, but the world building and just the world itself doesn't seem to be like fully thought out, in my opinion. Like, there was definitely a lot that I was confused about, things that were just like thrown in your face that are like, oh, so now this is a thing. And then throughout the whole thing, I still don't really understand like what creatures these people are, like the main two characters. Like, this is definitely one of those books where it's like you as the reader don't know everything, which can be a little bit like frustrating, again, in my opinion. Regardless of that, let's talk about the romance. So I'm, again, a little bit torn on the romance as well, because while they had really great like angst and tension, and I think that, you know, the relationship progression is going to be really good. It's definitely one of those slow burns across multiple books, I can tell. The premise or like the start of the relationship to me is just a little bit weird, because the main male character saves her, the main female character, Orlaith, when she is like 2 years old, right? And then they don't have a lot of contact throughout the years. He kind of doesn't want any contact, but she is technically still like his ward and is being like raised under his roof at his castle. With that being said, I don't know, I think it toes the line of like weird, but like if I just ignore the whole thing of him rescuing her at 2 years old, then whatever, I can get behind it. And I think that's kind of how I was approaching this book, is that anything that was like bothering me, I was just like, whatever, we just won't even think about it, right? So I think if you go into this with an open mind and you just go in for the vibes and to have fun, that you'll have fun. But don't expect like super intricate like world building, I guess, that makes sense. I don't know, it's still fun though. Like, I really loved the gothic vibes of it. The main character, Orlaith, is a little bit insufferable. She's a little annoying. Like, she consistently makes horrible decisions and you just want to like punch her the entire time. So I'm really hoping that the next couple books she has some character growth, because girl needs it. And by the way, I did start, what is it called? To Snap a Silver Stem, book 2. I have already started that. I'm like 25% in, and I don't know. That one's not like catching my attention yet quite as well as this one did. We're gonna give it some time. We're gonna give it a shot because, again, I just want to know what the fuck is going on. Because towards the end, I mean, throughout the whole book, but especially towards the end, you're like, wait, what's happening? Who are these people? What's going on? Kind of craziness. Anyway, those are my main thoughts on the book. Like I said, I gave it a 3.75 stars. Not a bad rating by any means, but you know, it's not going to be like a god tier or anything like that. Just a really fun, silly, goofy, romantic-y time. And yeah, like I said, I picked up book 2. I'm about 25% in. It's Monday. We're staying in an Airbnb that has like a community gym, so I did walk out. I walked to the gym to check it out and got a full workout in. And there was a bunch of other girls that are just like killing it, so loved those vibes. And then I came back and I showered and I had lunch and I did dishes and folded laundry, and here we are. I also got new jeans, which I kind of showed you my outfit in the mirror, but I got a couple new pairs of jeans I'm very excited about, especially these like two-tone ones. Yeah, the two tones is so cute, and then the very flare wide leg, I'm obsessed. But I got these, and then I got barrel jeans because I've been seeing barrel jeans everywhere and they're so freaking cute, and they did look so cute, so I bought them. That's the update for now. I'm probably going to read a little bit and do some work, and that will be my Monday. Why hello, I am back. It is now the next day and I have some reading updates because I am now 50% through To Snap a Silver Stem. For some reason I cannot remember that title, like I cannot keep that title in my mind. But anyway, I am now 50% through this and definitely liking it more. Like I said, in the first 20% I wasn't like quite convinced yet. Like I wasn't flying through it as much as I was flying through the first one. But now that we are 50% in, I am devouring it again. And I think maybe the beginning, because it's like a transitional period, I'm not gonna really tell you anything because obviously you need to read book 1 first. But I think because of the way book 1 ends and goes into book 2, it being more of like a transition period, I think that's why it took me longer to like warm up to the book. But now that we're at our destination, we're beyond that transition point, I'm really, really loving where we're at. Like I'm loving the world. I still think Orlaith has some character development to do, but she is obviously acting a little bit more independent. She's kind of like forced to be a little bit more independent, and I'm loving seeing that side of her, although I will say she's still kind of annoying sometimes. She still sometimes just like makes bad decisions, whatever. I think she finally kind of hit her lowest low, and I'm feeling like we're gonna go up from here. I also think it's really interesting the dynamic between her and a certain male character, a certain couple male characters. There seems to be more than one. Not that I don't know if it's actually a love triangle or not, but it kind of is feeling a little bit that way. It seems like it could be going that way, and I'm not hating it. Like I'm not hating it. I'm basically like totally open-minded. Like the entire time I've been reading these books, I've just been like, I'm just vibing with it. I'm just here for the vibes, you know? I just want fun times, and it's definitely a fun series so far. That's my update. I'm at 50% and I need to go make dinner now. It is like it's after 4:30 this morning. I did go and work out at this apartment complex. I think I mentioned it has like a full gym, and it's really nice, and I had the entire gym to myself this morning for a whole hour and a half, which was really nice. And then I came back, did some work stuff, like showered, ate, did some work stuff, laundry, went for a walk. It's like almost 50 degrees out today, which feels so warm compared to what it has been here in Michigan. We're gonna go make some dinner. I'm making pasta fagioli soup, like the Olive Garden one, my Instant Pot. And then I really just want to read, and that is going to be my night. And hopefully I will get back to you when I have finished this book, because otherwise that's just too many updates. Hello, I'm back with reading updates because I did finish To Snap a Silver Stem. I was just about to hold up the book cover on my Kindle, but tell me why this is coming up. Like it just says the name of the title, but the cover's not there. Don't know what's going on with that, but I did finish To Snap a Silver Stem today, and once again I feel like I'm torn. I read it really fast. They're very bingeable, addictive books, but yet they are very flawed. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this for the last book, but they are very much like flowery writing, and some of the quotes are beautiful, but it's also a little bit like overkill. Like some of the over-explained, over-descriptive, like every little piece of everything is described, and that sometimes to my brain feels a little bit like overwhelming, a little bit overkill, to the point where I'm noticing and I'm like starting to like skim descriptions and trying to get straight to the action, straight to the dialogue. It's a little bit frustrating, so there is that. But like I said, like the actual plot and the romance is so addictive that I can't put it down. Like I can't look away from the page. I need to know what's going to happen. What do I want to rate this? I rated the last one 3.75, right? I believe. And this one, I don't know if I liked this one more than the last one or not. I would say I liked this one maybe a little. Guys, when I say I'm torn, I'm so torn. I'm just gonna, when I'm editing this, I'm just gonna put whatever I end up rating it up in the corner for now, because I need some time to like sit on that. But the romance, there's still so much angst, so much tension, which I love. However, the back and forth is so drawn out that it, again, getting a little frustrating. I'm like, okay, when are we gonna get together? Like, let's go. So hopefully book 3, which I did already start, by the way, and I'm like 10% in. The plot was crazy. Like I said, the beginning of this one, book 2, was a little bit slow to me, just I think due to like the setting. I'm not always the biggest fan of that setting, but once we got to our destination, it started to like pick up. And I don't know, I'm just like, I think Orlaith grew a little bit in this one, but she still has a lot of room for growth. Like I want to see a lot more growth out of her and character development out of her in book 3. And I don't know, I just feel like the repetitiveness, the back and forth is kind of starting to like wear on me. There's two sides of me constantly warring at the same time while I'm reading these. One that's like, I don't care. Keep reading, keep devouring, read as fast as you can. You need to like see what happens because I'm nosy. And then there's the other half of me that's like, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, let's read faster to like get it done. So that's why I'm so torn on like what to rate these, because like, yes, they're fun, but the characters are frustrating. I'm confused a lot of the time, and a lot of the times I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Why are you acting that way? Like these characters make such bad decisions that you're like, why? Literally just why? So there's that. Sometimes when I'm reviewing books, I'm like, I don't know that this is helpful at all. Like, is this helping anybody decide whether or not they want to read this? I don't know. You let me know. But those are my thoughts. I did enjoy it, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, I would say I enjoy it. Would I recommend them? Maybe. They're like in the middle for me. Like I said, right now, book 1 was a 3.75. And I think this one, I want to rate similarly. But I don't know if it's going to fall to the 3.5 side or to the 4 side. I don't know yet. Or maybe this will be 3.75 as well, but they're very much so far a middle of the road. It's a middle of the road series for me. Now I did start to Flame a Wildflower, which is book 3. I don't know if it's the final book in this series. If this is an ongoing series, someone please let me know. But for some reason, I've been under the impression that it is a trilogy. I did go directly into the 3rd book. I'm on chapter 3, so I'm actually only 6% in, but yeah. Also, the chapter headings are always so pretty, like the little illustrations. No thoughts on the 3rd book yet. Oh yeah, the cover's working for this one. That's weird. Anyway, it is Wednesday. I'm pretty much done with all my daily stuff. I will probably get back to reading a little bit tonight, but I don't know how much I'll get done. So I will get back to you when I have anything to update you on at all. I did want to show you before I go though, my outfit, because I'm feeling very cute. This is one of my other new outfits that I got when we went shopping over the weekend. Don't mind the messy room if you can see it. Can you see the bottom of the barrel jeans? No, you can't. Hold on. I did indeed get barrel jeans, which I've been wanting for forever, and this really cute sweater from Cotton On. I think that's all the updates. Unfortunately, we only got this Airbnb for 1 week, and we didn't hop on reserving it for longer fast enough because someone unfortunately has already taken it for next week. So we will be packing all of our stuff up again and putting it in the truck and getting a hotel or something, and then I don't know. Can you tell I'm losing my mind? Nope, it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna remain positive. But while we're here, I have been taking advantage of the gym. So we are now 2 for 2 on my 4 workouts for the week. So the week is going well, and that's all I have, guys. I made soup last night. It was delicious. That's it. Hello. I am finally back with reading updates. I did finish To Flame a Wildflower. I finished this now like 3 or 4 days ago and completely, I didn't forget to update you guys, but I just didn't feel like updating the vlog the night that I finished this. And then it was Valentine's Day weekend and we had lots of plans. And as you can see, we are in a hotel again. We're in our favorite hotel because we unfortunately, I think I already mentioned this, we unfortunately didn't clinch the Airbnb in time. So anyway, we are back here. But I did finish To Flame a Wildflower. I ended up, what did I end up rating this? I feel like as the series went on, I just liked it less and less. I think, yeah, I ended up rating this one 3 stars, which it's not a bad rating, but it's not what I really expected to be rating the books in the series, especially a later book in the series. And by the way, this is not a trilogy as I originally thought. I have no idea how many books are supposed to be in the series. This one I think came out in, I want to say like 2023 or something, and we still don't have an announcement for the next book, so don't know when and if that's happening. And I also don't know if I'm going to be continuing because of how the series went for me, how I went from enjoying To Bleed a Crystal Bloom quite well, and then each subsequent book was like a little bit less, a little bit less. So I don't know if I'll be continuing if and when that 4th book does come out, but I don't know. I just feel like this series and these books were a little bit of a hot mess express. Book 1, all the books really, but especially book 1, I just was devouring it. It was very addictive, like I couldn't look away kind of a thing. But the further I progressed in the series, the more like annoyed I was getting with certain aspects. The one like really redeeming factor in this one, I would say, is that we do finally get a little bit of the actual romance. We get some things finally happening between these 2 characters that isn't just will they, won't they, you know? Because that's pretty much, I felt like, all you got in the first couple books. So we did get that, and that was good, but I don't know. I feel like my thoughts are so discombobulated with the series because of how confused I felt while reading it and afterwards. It's just like one of those books that I look back at and I'm like, what even happened? I don't even know. It was just confusing. And then also, I just feel like the back and forth between the characters, 2 main characters, like I said, with their romance, not only that, but also Orlaith just being like, I get it. She has some deep-seated trauma. I feel for her, I do, but at the same time, her decisions, her extremely terrible decisions just started to get very frustrating for me, especially towards the end of this book. Like, she did have character growth from book 1 to where we left off in this book, but it was still just like frustrating to be in her point of view. So those are like my main thoughts. I'm not gonna harp on it too much, but it's still a fun series. In my mind, it's like a 3-star series, so definitely not one of my favorites. And I would say it's in the like maybe category of what I recommend it, because it's not, like I said, it's not that it's not fun. I just think that it needed some more like editing work, some more work on just like the plot in general and how to make it a little bit more cohesive and a little bit less confusing. Other than that, yeah, those are my thoughts on the book, on the series. I am happy that I read them back to back, because I don't know if I ever would have read the 2nd and 3rd book had I not just read them back to back. And that was one of my goals for 2026, is to start reading series books like back to back whenever I'm in the mood to do so. That's a win. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to know, have you read these books? What did you think about them? Did we have any similar thoughts? Did we have opposing thoughts? And I hope you're having a great February. I hope to catch you in my next video, and I will see you later. Bye.